Hi students, in last video we understand how to declare, initialize and also access the pointers through the pointers. Alright, so in last video we understand that if we have this example, we have integer q, it's equal 175 asterisk b and also n. Integer, it's the data type. Q, it's the variable. 175, it's the value. And also each variables and a value store a place in the memory which they have a address in the memory. All right. And asterisk b or asterisk or star p, you can call it as the asterisk p, you can call it as a star p, it's up to you, but let's call it star p. So star p, it's the value of the variables. Okay, it's the value of q, which means that asterisk p will be 175. And also p, it is the address of q. P, it's equal and percent q. The and percent q, it's mean the address of q. N, it's equal to asterisk b. We understand that the asterisk b, it's equal 175, which means that the n will equal 175. It's supposed to be 175 here. All right. So asterisk b can be treated as a value of an address. So the q, it's the value, and percent and q, it's the address. Star p, it's a q, it's the value, and p, it's the address of q, the and percent of q. And we solve questions like that, which we have the x and y and asterisk b. Asterisk b, it's the value of x, and y, it's equal to asterisk b, which means that if we have x is equal to 10, asterisk b, it will be 10, and y will be the value of y will be 10. But if we said that asterisk b, it's equal 25, that means that the value of x will be 25. We said that asterisk b, it's equal to the value. Asterisk p, it's 25. Now we have the new value of x, it's 25. Okay, guys, let's move on and start our class about the pointers and array. So what is the difference between the pointers and array? Pointers, it's a variable which hold the address of another variable. Array, it's a group of elements share the common name. What is the relation between the pointers and the array? So the array will share the group of elements. Pointers will hold the address of another variables. Continuous memory location are allocated for all the elements of the array by the compiler. The base address, it's the location. Guys, the base address we're going to talk about, and I will tell you what is the base address. The base address, it's the first address that we start our memory. So the base address is the location of the first elements, index 0 of the array. All right, let's have an example here. We have integer a5. So 5, it's the 5 elements of array. So the 5 elements, it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So the element, how we declare the elements, this is how we declare all the elements. A0, it's 10, it's supposed to be the value of 10. A1, it's a 20. A2, it's 30. A3, 40. A4, it's 50. So the value, this is the element. A0, it's 10. A1, it's 20. A2, it's 30. A3, it's 40. And A4, it's 50. And the address, guys, the base address, the first address, it's 1000. Guys, we don't have I'm not going to give you the address because the address it's already located in the memory. So when you get the value, when you execute the program and get the output, it will give you the address, what is the value of the address. So the address, this is the first one, 1000, that's the base address. And 1002, why it's moving by 2? Because it's integer, and integer, it's 2 byte occupy 2 byte in the memory. So what we having, it's that it will move by 2 bit. So the first, the A0, the value it's 10, the address it's 1000. The second value of in the array A1, it's the value it's 20, and what is the address will be 1002, which means that it is because it's integer and it's occupied 2 bytes in memory and move by 2 bytes in memory. Imagine if it's a float, it will move by what? It will move by 4 if it's a float. But now it's an integer, it's 1002, 1000, 1002, 1004, because it's also moving by 2 byte, and also it's moving by 2 byte, it's 1006, and then it's moving by 2 byte, it's 1008. To understand it more now, if p declare as an integer in a pointer, then the array A can be a pointer itself, which means that the p, it is the address, p it's the address of the array. P, it's the address of A. This is the A of the array, all right? Meaning that the address location of the first element will store in pointers. Every value can be accessed by using P++, all right? P++. To move from one element to another, we have to increment the pointers. So P, it's the first value, the first address of the array. And P++, which is the P+1, it's the second address of the array. And P+2, it's the third address of the array. All right? So every value of A can be accessed by using the P++. To move from one element to another, we have to increment the pointers, which means that the P, it's the first elements, it's the first elements of the first elements, the address of the array. So P, it's equal and %A. P, it's equal the address of the first element. P+1, it's the address of the second element. P+2, it's the address of the second element. It's like when we know about how we declare and also declare the pointers. So the length of the data type, it's a scale factor, the size of the data type that points to, all right? So the integer is the 2 types and the float it's the 4 types. This is how the relationship between the P and the A. So P, it's the %, the first address. P, it's 1000 from the previous questions. P, it's equal 1000 because it's the address of the first element. P+1, it's the address of the second element, which is 1002. P+2, it's the address of the third. P+3, it's the address of the third element, which is the 1006. And P+4 is the address of the fifth element, which is the 1008. All right, guys, this is how it's a simple thing, guys, and it's a similar how we done the pointers, guys. Let's continue, guys, and understand the address of an element in calculation using by index and scale factor. All right, what is the index and the scale factor? Now we will understand how we can calculate it, how we can. So the address of the third, let's say the fourth element, right? How we can how we know it, the address of the, I'm sorry, the third element. So A3, it's the base address. The base address, guys, it is the first address, 1000, plus 3 because it is third, multiplied by the scale factor. What is the scale factor? It is the integer, and we said that the integer moved by 2 bytes. So 1000 plus 2 multiplied by 2, 1000 plus 6, then it's going to be 1006. Okay, guys? So instead of using an array, indexing pointers can be used to access the array. It's a similar type, it's a similar thing, guys. The way that we did it with the p, we can do it with the asterisk b. So, but what we said, the asterisk b, it's the value of the value itself. So the asterisk p3, it will be the value of a3. All right. Okay, guys. All right, and the b plus 3 given the address, it will be the address of the a3. Okay, guys. When we solve a questions, guys, next time actually we're gonna solve a questions about it, and we will understand more in pointers in array. Right, guys. Thank you very much.